Well, hello again everybody. It's a bit of a wild windy day here, but I've really got to try and get that glow plug relay working because we're going away again next weekend. As always, should point out that I am not a trained or qualified mechanic. These are not intended to be tutorial videos or instructional videos, just for your entertainment as you watch us trying to keep our 1990 motorhome on the road. If you have any doubts about working on your own vehicle, much better to contact a trained qualified mechanic. Well, as you might remember, I did order a replacement one from Coastal Motorhomes, and that arrived pretty quickly, but it's been sitting waiting for me to do something with it. So let's open it up and see what they've sent me. Well, there you go. It's obviously different to the previous one, but let's give it a try. Does say on it quite clearly fits Talbot Express, Fiat Ducato, glow plug relay, Peugeot J5, Citroen C25. Now I know George from the George and Jane channel did suggest just cleaning the contacts on the existing relay. I might just try that, you know, just to see if that makes a bit of a difference. I've got some fine emery paper we can give it a shot with. Right, I'm going to disconnect the earth on the battery and take the cover off there, and we'll have a look at those contacts. So time is not on my side really with this job. I can't really faff around too much, so I'm not going to take this really off to clean the contacts, although that is what George suggested and it probably does make sense. I'm just going to try and clean them up with a little bit of paper whilst the relay is on the van and just see if that makes a difference. If not, I'm just going to press ahead and change the relay since I already have one in my possession. So this is a bit of 1500 wet and dry. I'm going to use it dry and just give those points a bit of a refresh if I can. Right, I just managed to dislodge that arm a little bit, but I've got it back into position. Now Stuart, who also commented, was mentioning possibly a fault with this circuit board. Well, I'm definitely not going to get into that because I start to lose a bit of confidence when we start talking about circuit boards and stuff. So anyway, let's put the cover back on and reconnect the earth lead and see if that's made any difference. I'm not too confident it will have done, but worth a try perhaps. Now worth mentioning perhaps that if you haven't seen the previous video about this problem, we have already checked and cleaned the earths behind the battery, and that is a good starting point for this probably. Right, let's give it a try. No, that's not working. Fan's working though. Let's turn that off. We might hear that relay. Yeah, it's trying, isn't it? Well, folks, that didn't make any difference really, did it? I think it was a good plan, but maybe I just didn't do it thoroughly enough. It needs to come off to do it properly. But if I'm going to take it off, might as well put the new one on. So let's start by taking the old relay off. There's a plug underneath and there's the two wires, one from the positive feed of the battery and one going out to the glow plugs, and there's also a plug underneath with various wires. Don't know what they do. I guess one probably comes from the ignition, doesn't it? It's got to come from the ignition to to tell the relay to do something when you turn the key. Anyhow, let's disconnect all that and get the old relay off. Right, we've got them side by side on the bench, the old relay and the new relay. So you can see they are quite different. This thick stud on the old relay was where the positive feed come in from the battery, so that's the in wire. And this smaller stud was where the power goes out to the glow plug, so that's the out wire. And this sort of multi-plug connector thing was presumably from the ignition and other bits and pieces. So that is the shake it all about wire. And obviously got the same size studs. This larger 10mm stud, I assume, must be the in. And if you look, it has a number on it, and it's number 1. And on this one, that is also number 1. So that makes sense. And then these are all numbered as well, 2 to 7, as are these ones. And then this one is numbered 5, and the out one got a bit melty at some point, but I think that's a number 5 as well. So should all connect up the same way, I think. And before I put the new one on, I'm going to clean up these connections with some coarser emery paper and use some contact cleaner on this plug. Right, let's pop the new relay on. Right, let's see if we have achieved success or not. Haha, look at that, a lovely orange light. We'll wait for it to go out. Oh, it's out. And we have ignition. Well folks, looking at the old relay, I think you can see those contacts are pretty burnt. So you probably could clean them up and maybe that relay would work fine again. So with that in mind, I'll file it carefully there. Well, fantastic. Good result and a pretty easy fix for that problem in the end with that new glow plug relay from Coastal Motorhomes. So many thanks to Coastal Motorhomes for sending that to me so quickly and promptly. I'm off now to reward myself with a bit of lunch and a fresh brew. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends. Give the like button a press. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more.